Joel Topf here with Nephrology Times. I'm here with the winner of the David Hume Award, Martin Pollak. Welcome, Dr. Pollak.
Thanks.
For
Pleasure to be here.
So, David Hume passed away in 1973. He was one of the surgeons involved in the very first kidney transplant. He was at an institution right next door to yours.
Yeah.
What does Dr. Hume and the Hume Award mean to you?
Well, obviously he was a real pioneer in terms of nephrology research, and doing important, creative new things. And it's just an honor to receive an award in his name.
Incredibly meaningful. So you get this award for working on the genetic causes of kidney disease, specifically FSGS, and that field has just exploded in the last decade. When you you look at where we've been in the last 10 years, what do you kind of see for the next 10 years? What are the major problems that you're working on, and where do you hope to get to?
Yeah, I think when we talk about FSGS, I think that's already a problem, because we talk about it as if it's one thing, and we know it's not.
Right.
It's just we get so used to certain ways of talking about things that it's hard to break those habits. But we know there's really now a large number of genes that when mutated can cause FSGS, and what I think of as a very related phenotype, steroid-resistant nephrotic syndrome. These things are, pediatricians don't biopsy as much as adult physicians, so we have kind of slightly different nomenclatures for what are probably often biologically the same thing. And I hope that this class of diseases, we have better ways, we can phenotype people better, because person A may respond well to drug X, and person B may respond well to drug Y. And if we want to know that before we start these treatments.
Today we guess.
Right, now we guess. And it's really exciting that there are a lot of treatments for, a variety of glomerular diseases and non-glomerular, variety of kidney diseases. It's great. I do think that we need better ways to, it's part of it will be genetics, and probably rapidly identifying genetic causes of disease. But then there are plenty of diseases where, differences might not be best defined by genetic differences, but other kinds of differences, like IgA nephropathy, for example, is there's so many treatments becoming available, but I think we have to be able. How do we choose wisely? I think that's going to be a challenge, but it's a really exciting time.
Absolutely. We've just gone through reclassifying and renaming MPGN. It seems like FSGS is kind of prone for that same type of rethinking.
Yeah,
we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. No, I would agree with that.
So I remember when that paper came out in the New England Journal of Medicine identifying APOL1 as this cause of FSGS. And I know me and my posse, we were excited, but not super excited. It was hard for us to recognize how changing that will be in the moment. Like, how do you kind of judge those kind of scientific breakthroughs?
Well, it's, you often don't know how important something's going to be until some time has passed and you can kind of, reflect on it. And I also think, it's also important to say that.
How about when you found this out, when you read the conclusions, you were like, this is it? Did you recognize what it was?
We recognized that it was a major contributor to disease. There's a lot of things we didn't understand initially. And it was part of a long series of incremental steps. The locus had been identified previously, and that was super important. That was, at least as important as identifying the specific variants, in my opinion, in moving this field forward. And then even before then, just the recognition that, because kidney disease, it's complex, and because, as we now know, both kind of social factors and genetic factors are relevant here. Dissecting them, wasn't so how to do that wasn't so clear cut. So, just the observations from a lot of people over probably the last several decades, recognizing that it's likely that, ancestry-related genetic factors might be related to the racial disparity in rates of kidney disease. That wasn't obvious, and just that clinical observation is super important.
Hey, thank you for joining us. This is really great.
A pleasure.
Congratulations on the award.
Thanks.